So this is what I walk up to tonight, feeding time. Oh, now they're scampering. An aircraft up overhead, but this is more to the point as to, yeah, I'm getting there, Mamba. Hold on, China, we're getting there. Yeah, this is a very bad, sad situation that we have kicking off here, and it's, you know, I'm sorry to say, but it is through very narcissistic, evil, narcissistic control, intentions and measures taken. I am so very disgusted. Mamba, you gotta stay out from underneath my feet, girl. Very. What has been taking place is not good at all. You know, I do not agree, and never have agreed with the Price is Right programming of spade and neuter your pets. Because after all, how would you like it to be done to you without your consent? And furthermore, how would it be to be a feral cat and to be captured and to be terrorized, literally terrorized, from being trapped in a cage to where they smash up their faces? China, she came back. You can see her ear is cropped. She has been fixed. Look at her face. Okay? Other cats have come back the same way. Alright? In fact, I think, is this PJ? PJ, yeah, PJ here has also been caught and fixed. Again, a cropped ear is the indicator. And once again, a very banged up face. Scarred up. Okay, now we also have had another cat that looks like this, one of those cow cats, which I call Black Bart Jenkins. That one came back limping severely. Now I have not seen that cat in a little while. This is evil, people. There is no rhyme nor reason for these cats to be terrorized through being trapped, treated, if you will, and dumped back out here. And unfortunately, I have been the bait. And furthermore, their first one, and even Bullseye here, not even a year old already, okay, has not even had the opportunity to bring forth any. That's just in total violation of, you know, the natural cycle of things. Once again, how would a female or male enjoy being trapped, terrorized, operated on, and then just dumped back to where you came from? Yeah, life goes on. But you know, these cats, they huddle around me now. Cats that don't even huddle around me. I had Wolf come up trying to tell me, hey dude, you know, don't be going after any kittens, because he's very protective. And come on, Bullseye, you can come up. I'm sorry. And he was literally, you know, talking to me, growling through his growls and whatnot. Dude, leave him alone, because he knows what's been going on, because he was the second one after Spirit. was the first one to have been trapped and fixed. Okay, that should be quite the indication of something very nefarious against yours truly and against my caregiving for these ones. I am a lifelong caregiver. This is taking away from the cats. Okay, this one back here has a cropped ear. Okay, and I am being used. Well, let me tell you what, I would sincerely love to get my hands physically onto all those involved behind this very inhumane practice. And, you know, I would love to rip their heads off and literally shit down their fucking throats. Pardon my language, but that's, you know, I'm steamed. But I can't do that, right? Oh, I could go ahead and find out whether the DNR is involved, because otherwise any of this that is being done is highly illegal according to Michigan law. Okay? There has to be special permissions, permits, and I could push that issue that route. But you know, no. I'm one that believes in karma and karmic ribbons and karmic justice. And furthermore, because of who I am and what I am, yes, I'm going dark with this within spell casting, curses, and hexes. Because that is, to me, most appropriate, because, you know, this evidently is someone that is, once again, highly Price is Right, Bob Barker, Carrie Drew programmed, that this is humane. And once again, you know, this is the type of a person that more than likely is, as far as gender, female. And I'm not, you know, picking on anybody by being discriminatory or biased gender-wise, but no, more than likely female, a churchgoer, you know, and someone that partakes in community activities such as the school programs and church programs and, you know, all that. And one that is, you know, has a very poor sense of morals and values in order to do this, because these cats are causing no harm. Their population, feral cats, don't have a long lifespan. And I don't even agree doing this to pets. And these, you know, these are nobody's pets. Not even mine. I might pet them, but they are not my pets. But, you know, this is also the type of person that would pierce the ears of an infant girl without their consent, you know. That's the type of mentality of a person that would do this kind of evil upon these free spirits. And because it's such an evil practice, and because I am a caregiver to these cats, you know, now this is forcing my hand to not partake anymore and not be a caregiver. Unfortunately, that's the ultimate repercussions. And it saddens me. But why waste my money, time, effort, energy any further? If this is the you know, the evilness that comes out of such goodness. Disgusting, pathetic. And so I have to drop myself down to that dark level that I don't want to go. And believe me, I've gone there. People, You know, in that prior video to where I show my so-called book of death and all those obituaries, a good, very good majority of those are people in the past that have done me wrong. And I'm still here. And yeah, there's been some that have done me so wrong that I had to go down this same dark path that I'm going down now. And I would share the spells that I will be casting. I would love to do so. But I feel that that's more personal and should not be done publicly. You know, these cats come up to me. There's see right here, this one here, its nose is still very scraped up because of the wire meshing to the cage that's being used to trap these guys. And it freaks them out, it terrorizes them. Right, girl? Hey, China, look at me. Hey, will you look, yeah, can you see that? Huh? Yeah. Sad, disgusting, stomach turning, nauseum just becomes overpowering when you think of what these cats go through when this is being done to them. It'd be like an alien abduction to a human, right? Yeah. Once again, how would you like it to be done to you? And furthermore, for those that, you know, even condone any of this, that go along with, once again, Bob Barker and Drew Carey. You know, hey, karma comes around, you know? These are spirits. As far as I'm concerned, these are reincarnated spirits. That, you know, they're serving out their time in this form. And you know, for those that harm these guys, that do what has been done and is still continuing to be done, whatever negative comes against them and theirs, and all those that once again condone and or partake, they deserve this tenfold. The torture and the terrorism that's been bestowed upon these cats. And through, once again, that narcissistic feel of control, of, you know, the power of control. That's what it is. Very low mentality. I don't come out here and control these cats. I try to control some of the, you know, possible friction between them at times, but otherwise, you know, no. They want to come up to me, they come up to me. You know, sometimes I do reach out, but very, very rarely. And to have the first, you know, basically, you know, the three cats, the main three cats, to be the first ones going through this process, once again, I believe that speaks a lot more than what is happening overall. I have nothing but darkness to put out forth for any and all. My power is great. I show that throughout my whole content. And I try to prove it, and I don't feel I have to prove anything. But already, you know, through a lot of the tarot card readings, those that have gone against me, they are suffering a lot of their karmic punishments and penalties, their towers. There's some that's being called out to come forth to me and apologize. They won't. Cowards won't. narcissistic control freaks are cowards. You know, just imagine, once again, just put yourself in the place of where you are trapped. Remember that kid that was out mountain climbing, slid down the side of a mountain, got his arm caught in between a couple of boulders, and it kind of almost ripped his arm off? And he couldn't handle being trapped out there, thinking he was going to die by starving to death and what have you. So he finished cutting his arm off with a jackknife. Huh? Okay, you hear these stories about animals being caught in traps and how they gnaw their paws off. Have you ever seen a wild animal being trapped in a live cage trap? It's terrifying. People somewhat experience that same terrifying feeling when they are incarcerated in jail, such as these people should be if they are not doing this legally. But once again, I have to do it my way, because that is the eternal way, because karma is eternal. I feel the power. The dragon is fired up and is going to burn through darkness, because that is the only way that enlightenment shall come forth. Out of the darkness comes light. Better wake up and see that light, because the curses, hexes, and spells are on their way. And I mean business. And I don't like this, but I have to do it. And that is my will. And it will be done. So mote it be.